Okay, now at this stage we have the inside pretty much turned. I'll get a little bit more work to do on it, but I can do the outside at this point now and shape the outside the way we want it. It's about there, I think. And that's about as long as I wanted that. I shortened that up a little bit. And now I have the rest of this to shape, at least roughly shape at this point. Okay, the next step is to apply a finish. And I've already put one coat of finish on here, and I'll do the second now. Before I apply any more finish, I need to sand it. And I'm using 320 grit. Very light sanding. You just want to sand the finish a little bit. You don't want to sand off any more than necessary. It's still on the lathe. Makes it quicker and easier. So I can just go in here and quickly just sand in case there's anything that bumps on the finish or whatever, imperfections in the first coat, and I just sand it lightly and so that it's real nice. And I like to use the sanding glove. Makes it really nice for sanding. That's probably all I have to do there. Take a little clean rag here and dust it out, and I'll just take a look at it and see how it looks. And of course, feel it with your hands to make sure it's all nice and smooth. First coat you put on, gets absorbed in and it's not quite as good. Now what I'm going to use for finishing, one of my favorite things, I'll use Formby's. They call it a tongue oil, but it's really a varnish. And I wipe it on. Gotta allow about 24 hours to dry.
Do you protect the lathe bed?
You absolutely want to protect your lathe when you're doing this. Right. And since you wipe it on with your hands, it's a good idea to protect your wiping hand, whatever that may be. In my case, it's my right hand. And we're going to put that down in case there's any dribbles. And we'll use a little cloth pad here. Get it good and saturated, and just wipe it on. Now it's hot today. It's up in the 90s, so it's going to dry pretty quickly. Get a tack on it pretty quickly. But that's all it is. I mean, it's really a simple way of finishing, and most people think it's a really nice finish. It's a very durable finish. It is varnish. It cures well, cures hard. But that's about all there is to putting a coat of varnish on. And take one more coat probably, and I'll be finished with it, as far as that's concerned. And then it has to cure for a week or so before you polish it. Okay, one of the last things we want to do is, this has been finished with several coats of varnish, and one of the last things we do is part this off, because that's the last step on the lathe I want to do. So I'm going to do that now. And I'm almost all the way through, but not quite. So what I'm going to do then is get a saw and finish it, just to eliminate any problem with this thing flying off and damaging itself. Okay, we're going to take a saw and just finish it off, and then I can sand the whatever's remaining off. I've got a little bit here to sand off, and I'll do that with the sander and then finish off the bottom of this.